This message finds you at a pivotal moment, as a unique confluence of global dynamics and personal readiness aligns. It's not by chance that these words resonate with you. The intricate web of our interconnected world, much like quantum entanglements, often reveals deeper patterns and predispositions, guiding individuals and nations toward their inherent capabilities and strategic purpose. Feel that stirring, that recognition. It's your capacity for insightful analysis and strategic thinking awakening to a frequency that has perhaps been underutilized. Your discerning mind has navigated a complex landscape, orchestrating insights and aligning information to bring you to this exact moment of enhanced understanding. Indeed, a small percentage of individuals and entities operate with a heightened awareness of global trends and strategic foresight. Those poised to lead, to innovate, to shape the future, while many remain absorbed in the superficial currents of daily events. A select few are attuned to the deeper economic, geopolitical, and technological shifts occurring. Your perspective, your capacity for synthesizing complex information, sets you apart. Every challenge you've faced, every moment you felt an innate drive for deeper understanding, every time you sensed underlying forces at play, all of it has been preparation for this activation of strategic acumen. The global landscape has been testing your resolve, strengthening your analytical field, preparing you for the massive shifts about to unfold in our shared reality. The fact that your consciousness aligns with this analysis at this precise moment is not random. It's a form of strategic selection. It confirms what you've always known deep down. You are positioned for significant influence, not due to mere luck, but because your very intellectual framework is designed for discerning patterns and achieving strategic victories. Right now, as you absorb these insights, your strategic awareness is expanding. Your comprehension of global dynamics is rising. Your capacity for informed decision-making is activating. The world is preparing to reveal exactly why you are among those few destined for extraordinary impact. Your unique strategic signature has been pulsing through the global information network, signaling your readiness for this exact moment of clarity. The convergence is happening now. You've felt it, haven't you? That strange sensation where time seems to slow down during crucial geopolitical negotiations, or where market events unfold exactly as you somehow anticipated, where you experienced an intense sense of déjà vu, as if remembering future trends that already existed in your analytical models. These are not random cognitive glitches. These are glimpses into your heightened consciousness, accessing multiple layers of data simultaneously. Your mind processes reality differently than the average observer. While most people perceive events in linear sequences, your consciousness has been jumping between strategic possibilities, accessing information from parallel scenarios that have already played out in your mental simulations, revealing what you are destined to achieve. That feeling of, "I've been here before," isn't just memory. It's your strategic awareness recognizing the convergence points where all your analyses align toward a decisive outcome. You've experienced those moments where everything around you feels surreal, like you're observing global events from a detached, comprehensive vantage point. where economic indicators seem more vivid, diplomatic pronouncements more crisp, and you feel connected to the entire system of existence. The scientific community calls this altered states of consciousness. But what they don't fully articulate is that you're not entering an altered state. You're returning to your natural frequency of strategic insight. Most individuals live trapped in reactive thinking, locked in immediate survival mode, processing reality through filters of fear and short-term limitation. But you've been experiencing spontaneous moments of high-level cognitive integration, the same mental state achieved by seasoned strategists after decades of deep engagement with complex systems. Your consciousness naturally accesses the deeper patterns where all possibilities exist simultaneously. Remember those times when you felt like you were downloading information directly from the collective consciousness? When insights flooded your mind with such clarity and knowing that you couldn't explain their origin. Your capacity for holistic synthesis, your third eye of understanding, has been naturally refining, opening pathways to global intelligence that many have blocked since early training. You've noticed how your intuition has become almost predictive, how you can sense the underlying motivations of nations or market sentiments before they are explicitly stated, how you know exactly what strategic move to make in crucial moments, as if the optimal path is being presented to you from a higher source of data aggregation. This isn't developing psychic abilities. This is your original programming for strategic acuity coming back online. The scenarios you've been contemplating lately aren't just abstract thoughts. They're interdimensional meetings with your higher analytical self, receiving downloads and activations for the massive reality shift you're about to experience. Your consciousness has been traveling between possible futures, gathering the strategic information necessary for your destined breakthrough. Every time you've felt like an outsider, like you don't quite fit into conventional thinking, it's because you're operating from a different level of strategic awareness. Your intellectual core chose to engage here during this specific time period because you carry the insights necessary to bridge current realities with future possibilities. You are, in essence, a cognitive immigrant sent here to elevate the frequency of global understanding. Every single challenge you've endured, every economic downturn, every geopolitical crisis, every obstacle that seemed insurmountable, all of it has been strategic preparation for your leap into decisive action. The universe doesn't create random suffering. It creates precisely calibrated pressure designed to forge innovation from inertia, to transform ordinary observation into strategic mastery. Think about a caterpillar entering its chrysalis. To the external observer, it appears to be dissolving. The caterpillar's entire cellular structure breaks down into primordial soup. But this isn't destruction. It's the most profound transformation in nature. The caterpillar must completely surrender its old form to access its true destiny as a butterfly. Your struggles have been your strategic chrysalis. Every rejection of an old idea was the market protecting you from settling for less than your strategic potential. Every door that closed was redirecting your energy toward the portal that leads to your destined timeline of influence. Every expert who doubted your unconventional insights was unconsciously serving your higher purpose by strengthening your resolve and forcing you to rely on your inner understanding rather than external validation. The market downturns, the diplomatic stalemates, the technological setbacks. All of it has been pressure designed to activate your dormant strategic abilities. Just as coal becomes diamond under intense pressure, your consciousness has been compressed and refined until it reached the exact frequency required to manifest profound insights. Your cognitive system has been systematically upgraded through these challenges. Each difficult experience expanded your capacity to hold higher frequencies of data, to process more global complexities, to embody the strategic power necessary for your destined success. What felt like breaking was actually breaking open, creating space for your strategic self to emerge. The periods of intense focus you've experienced weren't abandonment. They were preparation. You needed to disconnect from lower frequency data or conventional thinkers who would have kept you trapped in mediocrity. The global information ecosystem cleared your analytical field of anything not aligned with your highest strategic timeline, making space for the profound connections that will support your understanding. Even your darkest moments of uncertainty served a strategic purpose. During your deepest struggles, when you felt like giving up on a complex problem, you were actually being initiated into the mysteries of systems thinking. You learned to find patterns in absolute noise, to maintain faith in your models when all evidence suggested chaos. These are the skills of strategic mastery. Your sensitivity, which the world might have dismissed as overthinking, is actually your superpower. Your ability to feel deeply, to sense underlying currents, to be affected by the suffering of others or the inefficiencies of systems. These are the qualities of a transformative leader, a frequency lifter, a catalyst designed to elevate the collective consciousness of everyone you encounter. The periods of focused study forced you to go within and discover your true source of analytical power. While others sought external validation, you learned to access the infinite well of global intelligence that exists within your own synthesized consciousness. You discovered that you are not separate from the global system. You are the system experiencing itself through your unique strategic signature. Something is building inside you right now. Can you feel it? It's like a cosmic storm of insight gathering in the mental field around your consciousness. Your neural pathways are vibrating at a frequency they've never experienced before. Your cognitive framework is literally rewriting itself, activating dormant codes that have been waiting for this moment of recognition. The energy coursing through your mind isn't random. It's your strategic awareness responding to the activation frequencies embedded in these words. Your higher analytical self has been waiting for your conscious mind to catch up to what your deeper intellect already knows. You are entering the most powerful phase of your entire intellectual existence. Your capacity for insight is spinning faster. Your influence is expanding, and your magnetic field for attracting relevant information is intensifying. The world is preparing to deliver everything you've ever sought in terms of understanding and impact. But first, your consciousness must be upgraded to handle the influx of abundance, clarity, and strategic success that's about to flood your reality. Feel that tingling sensation of new ideas, that warmth spreading through your intellect, that electrical charge dancing along your thoughts. These aren't just physical sensations, they're cognitive activations. Your capacity for impactful insight is coming online. Your integrated understanding is awakening. Your multidimensional awareness is expanding beyond the limitations of linear, one-dimensional thinking. The forces of global alignment that have been orchestrating your entire journey are converging into this single moment of recognition. Every market trend that was in perfect alignment when you began your observations, every geopolitical configuration that has influenced your journey, every historical event that has shaped your understanding, all of it has been building toward this strategic breakthrough. Your intuition is screaming at you right now, isn't it? That inner voice that knows truth when it hears it is confirming everything I'm sharing with you. Your intellect knows. Your strategic self knows. Your comprehensive understanding knows. The only question is, are you ready to surrender to the magnificence of what you truly are? The old version of you that doubted, that feared, that confined itself to limited perspectives. That identity is dissolving as we speak. Like a snake shedding its skin, you are literally becoming a new strategic entity. Your thoughts are changing, your beliefs about what's possible are shifting, and your entire reality is about to transform in ways that will astound everyone who has ever known you. This isn't positive thinking or wishful manifestation. This is the profound impact of strategic insight. This is the science of applied understanding. This is the activation of your true multidimensional nature. The global system operates on precise laws, and you have just aligned with the fundamental law of destined strategic victory. But here's what most people don't understand about profound strategic transformation. It requires complete surrender to the process. You can't micromanage every detail of how it happens. You can't force its timing. You can only align with the global intelligence that's orchestrating your metamorphosis and trust the strategic field to deliver your insights and victories in the perfect timing. Feel this energy as we go deeper. Allow it to penetrate every cell of your being. Let it dissolve the barriers between who you think you are and who you truly are. The world is about to show you something that will change everything you believed about reality, about success, and about your own infinite potential. I need to share something with you that I've rarely spoken about publicly. 3 years ago, I was navigating a period of profound uncertainty, much like many nations or businesses during a severe economic downturn. I was questioning everything I believed about strategic foresight, global dynamics, and the very nature of interconnected reality. I had lost what society often equates with strategic success: a clear path, established networks, a sense of control over my environment. But in that absolute darkness, something extraordinary happened. Lying in a moment of deep contemplation, analyzing vast amounts of data without a clear endpoint, I experienced what I now know was a complete strategic awakening. Time seemed to stand still. The boundaries of my immediate analytical focus dissolved, and I found myself in direct communication with what I can only describe as comprehensive global intelligence. In that moment, I wasn't receiving information through conventional thoughts or words. It was pure knowing, downloaded directly into my consciousness. I was shown the strategic mechanics of global success, the precise way the world orchestrates breakthroughs for those who carry specific understanding. I saw the invisible threads connecting every challenge to its perfect resolution. every setback to its destined strategic breakthrough. The voice that spoke to me wasn't external. It was my own strategic self from a future timeline where I had already achieved everything I was meant to understand and influence. And it told me something that shattered every limiting belief I had ever held about global dynamics. Your current circumstances are not your strategic destiny. Your frequency of understanding is your destiny, and your frequency is about to shift everything. Within 72 hours of that strategic download, synchronicities began exploding around me. A seemingly random connection led to exactly the collaboration I needed. A forgotten insight from past research was rediscovered, providing the foundation for a new approach. Key individuals began appearing in my life as if magnetized by some invisible force, each one carrying a piece of the puzzle I needed to rebuild my strategic reality. But the most profound change wasn't external. It was the unshakable knowing that had awakened within me. I no longer feared failure because I understood that failure was simply the global system redirecting my energy toward my true path of insight. I no longer sought approval from conventional thinking because I had connected with the inherent strategic validity that already existed for my understanding. That experience taught me something that no academic treatise, no geopolitical lecture, no market seminar had ever revealed. We are not trying to achieve strategic success. We are trying to remember the strategic success we already embody. Victory isn't something we acquire. It's something we acknowledge. We don't become worthy of influence. We recognize the worthiness that was encoded into our strategic signature before we ever began our intellectual journey. As I share this with you now, I can feel your analytical field responding to the truth frequency in my words. Your intellect recognizes what my mind discovered in that moment of absolute surrender. That you are not just a human having an intellectual experience. You are a strategic being having a profound global experience. And that experience is designed for victory. The same global intelligence that spoke to me is speaking to you right now. The same strategic activation that transformed my reality is activating yours. The same destined success that was revealed to me in that moment of profound analytical shift is being revealed to you in this moment of recognition. If you're feeling emotional right now, if tears are flowing, if your heart is expanding, it's because your strategic self is celebrating. Your higher consciousness is confirming what your human mind has always suspected, but never fully believed. You are destined to lead, not because of what you do, but because of what you fundamentally commit to this strategic awakening. The global system has orchestrated this entire moment to deliver this message directly to your consciousness. And your response to this recognition will determine how quickly your destined influence manifests in your operational reality. Here's what many conventional experts, economists, geopolitical analysts, and even spiritual gurus don't fully grasp about the true nature of reality in a strategic context. Your true strategic capacity isn't contained within your immediate thoughts. Your mind is a receiver tuning into the consciousness frequency that matches your belief about your strategic role. And right now, you're operating on a frequency that most decision makers will never access in their lifetime. The profound truth is that there are infinite versions of your strategic path existing simultaneously across multiple potential futures. There's a version of you who is already achieving the exact global impact you envision, with optimal policies, unlimited resources, complete fulfillment of purpose, and absolute certainty about your influence. That version isn't in the distant future. It exists right now in a parallel strategic reality. What determines which version of yourself you experience isn't just your actions, your current circumstances, or your past failures. It's your strategic coherence. Most entities, nations, organizations, or individuals live in complete strategic chaos. Their actions scattered across thousands of contradictory objectives, which is why they experience random, inconsistent results in their endeavors. But you've been naturally developing strategic coherence without even fully realizing it. Every time you've felt that deep knowing that you're meant for greater impact, every moment you've trusted your intuition over conventional logic, every instance you've chosen proactive strategy over reactive fear, you've been tuning your consciousness to the frequency of your highest strategic timeline. The difference between those who achieve remarkable breakthroughs and those who struggle isn't talent, luck, or resources. It's embodied certainty versus wishful thinking. Wishful thinking says, "I hope this policy works." Embodied certainty says, "This strategic outcome is already in motion." The global system responds to certainty because certainty is the frequency of strategic collapse. It's what transforms infinite possibilities into concrete reality. Your strategic field has been naturally calibrating itself to match the frequency of inevitable success. That's why you are engaging with this analysis. That's why these words resonate so deeply. That's why you can feel the truth of what I'm sharing, vibrating through every cell of your strategic awareness. Your consciousness is already operating from the timeline where you lead. The most profound discovery in the application of strategic thinking is the observer effect, the fact that collective consciousness and strategic intent literally shape reality through observation. But here's what isn't typically taught in traditional institutions. You're not just observing global reality. You're observing yourself into strategic existence. Every moment you choose to see yourself as destined for global impact, you collapse the wave of infinite possibilities into the specific reality where that influence manifests. Most entities observe themselves through the lens of their past limitations, their current challenges, their learned constraints. They observe themselves as victims of market forces, as strugglers against geopolitical tides, as entities who have to work hard and fight for every inch of progress. And the global system, being perfectly responsive to observation, gives them exactly what they observe. But you've been observing yourself through the lens of strategic destiny, haven't you? You've been sensing your profound potential, even when your immediate circumstances suggested otherwise. You've been holding the vision of your strategic victory, even when everyone around you saw only obstacles. This is why you're destined to lead, because you've been strategically observing your influence into realm existence. The consciousness that is aware of these words right now isn't your transient personality. It's your strategic observer, the eternal aspect of yourself that exists beyond immediate time and space. This observer has been watching every moment of your journey, including this one, with absolute knowledge of how your strategic story ends in complete and total victory. Your strategic observer doesn't hope you win. It knows you win. It doesn't wish for your success. It witnesses your success as an already accomplished fact. The only question now is, are you ready to align your human consciousness with what your strategic observer already knows to be true? The signs are everywhere if you know how to read the quantum language of the global system. In recent times, you've been receiving confirmation after confirmation that a massive shift is occurring in your strategic reality. Pay attention. The global system is speaking directly to you through the fabric of economic and geopolitical space-time itself. You've been noticing repeating patterns, haven't you? Significant dates, recurring market cycles, consistent policy responses. These aren't coincidences. These are strategic synchronization codes, signals from your higher analytical self, confirming that your consciousness is aligning with your destined timeline of influence. Each time you notice these patterns, your strategic field strengthens its connection to the frequency of inevitable success. Broader societal dynamics have been behaving differently around you. Shifting public sentiments appearing at unusual times, new cultural trends crossing your path during significant moments, even long-standing institutions responding to your insights in novel ways. The collective human experience operates on fundamental societal instincts. They sense the massive energetic transformation occurring in your field and are drawn to witness your impact. The people in your life and the entities you interact with are either moving closer to you or further away. There's no middle ground anymore. Those who match your rising strategic frequency are being magnetized into your experience, while those diabos operating on lower frequencies are naturally repelling from your energetic field. This isn't rejection. This is strategic alignment. The global system is reorganizing your entire operational reality to support your victory. You've been having profound strategic insights that feel more real than ordinary analysis. Vivid experiences where you're accomplishing impossible strategic goals, communicating with leading minds, receiving information that your conscious mind couldn't have known through conventional channels. These aren't just thoughts. They're high-level strategic engagements where your integrated consciousness is receiving the final activations necessary for your breakthrough. Technology has been responding synergistically to your presence. Digital tools yielding unexpected insights. Communication channels opening at precisely the moments you need to hear certain information. Complex systems displaying exactly the content your consciousness was seeking. Your strategic field is intensifying as your analytical awakening accelerates, and technology is picking up on these frequency shifts. The most powerful sign of all is the feeling of accelerated change. Days seem to fly by, weeks blur together, and you have the distinct sensation that global reality is moving faster than it ever has before. This isn't your imagination. Time is literally compressing as you approach your strategic breakthrough. Your consciousness is shifting into a higher dimensional understanding where strategic time operates differently. But here's the urgent truth you need to understand. There is a window of strategic opportunity opening right now that will not remain open indefinitely. The global alignments that have created this perfect storm of manifestation potential are precise and temporary. The world has orchestrated this exact moment for your strategic leap. But you must consciously choose to step through the portal. the waiting season is over. The preparation phase is complete. The testing period has ended. You have been strategically trained, cognitively upgraded, and holistically prepared for this moment of destiny activation. Every delay from this point forward is a choice to remain in the old timeline rather than stepping into the new reality that's already prepared for you. Your higher strategic self has been sending increasingly urgent messages through your intuition, through synchronicities, through the very words you're hearing right now. The window for your strategic transformation is wide open, but it requires your conscious participation. You cannot passively hope for change. You must actively claim your destiny. Look around your intellectual environment right now. Notice what's different. The energy in your mental space has shifted since you started receiving this transmission. The intellectual atmosphere feels charged, pregnant with possibility. Your strategic field is literally reorganizing the very structure of how you perceive reality. This is how strategic manifestation actually works, not through mere wanting, but through quantum coherence of strategic intent. The global system has moved mountains to bring this message to your consciousness at this precise moment. Favorable global forces have been aligned. Interdimensional gateways of insight have been opened, and strategic possibilities have been collapsed into this single point of recognition. Your response to this moment will determine whether you step into your destined timeline or remain in the loop of preparation. Every second you hesitate, every moment you question, every instant you choose doubt over knowing, you're voting for the timeline where influence remains just out of reach. But every breath you take in complete alignment with your destined strategic success, every heartbeat that pulses with comprehensive certainty, every thought that recognizes your global birthright, you're locking into the frequency of inevitable victory. What you aspire to wants you back. But this isn't the fluffy law of attraction philosophy you've heard before. This is strategic entanglement theory applied to consciousness. Every desire for impact that has ever pulsed through your intellect exists because the global system has already created the perfect conditions for its fulfillment. Your aspiration is the world's way of calling you toward your strategic destiny, the success you crave, the influence you seek, the abundance of insight you desire, the purpose you're yearning to fulfill. All of it exists in quantum superposition, waiting for your consciousness to collapse the wave function through absolute knowing. But here's the crucial distinction most people miss. There's a massive difference between attraction and alignment. Attraction says, I want this opportunity to come to me. Alignment says, I am becoming the entity for whom this opportunity is inevitable. Attraction creates resistance because it's based on lack. You want what you don't have. Alignment creates flow because it's based on recognition. You become what you already are at the strategic level. Right now, your consciousness is undergoing strategic alignment with the version of yourself who has already achieved everything you've ever envisioned. That version isn't aspirational, it's actual. It exists in the strategic field, living the exact impact you envision, embodying the exact energy you're meant to express. Feel the shift happening in your energy right now. Your posture is changing. Your breathing is deepening. Your cellular vibration is rising. This isn't suggestion. This is applied strategic mechanics. Your consciousness is literally tuning into the frequency of your victorious self, and your body is responding to match that energetic signature. The global system doesn't respond to your requests. It responds to your frequency. And your frequency is determined not by what you say or think, but by what you embody. When you embody the certainty of your destined strategic success, when you walk with the confidence of someone who knows their victory is guaranteed, when you make decisions from the consciousness of your already achieved dreams, the global system has no choice but to mirror that reality back to you. Every cell in your body is a quantum computer processing information at the subatomic level. Right now, those quantum computers are being reprogrammed with the success codes of your highest timeline. Your cognitive framework is literally rewriting itself to match the genetic expression of strategic victory. Your neural pathways are reorganizing to process reality through the lens of inevitability rather than mere possibility. But strategic alignment requires more than recognition. It requires embodiment. You must begin living as the person you're destined to become before the external evidence appears. You must make choices from your future strategic self. Think thoughts from your victorious consciousness and move through the world with the energy of someone whose success is already guaranteed. The strategic field is responding to your alignment right now. Can you sense it? The shift in the atmosphere around you. The change in the electromagnetic field of information. The subtle alteration in the fabric of reality itself. Your consciousness is broadcasting a new frequency, and the global system is tuning all circumstances to match that broadcast. This is the moment of choice. This is the strategic crossroads where you either step fully into your destined timeline or return to the comfortable familiarity of preparation and potential. The global system has done everything it can to bring you to this point of recognition. The final step, the strategic leap from knowing to being, is yours to take. I encourage you to internalize these insights deeply. Declare your alignment with your destined strategic victory, not as a hope, not as a wish, but as a strategic fact. This isn't just an internal thought. It's a cosmic contract, a strategic commitment, a declaration that ripples through multiple dimensions of global reality. Your declaration activates the quantum entanglement between your consciousness and your strategic destiny. The moment you commit to your alignment, the global system commits to your manifestation. This is how strategic mechanics works. Observation creates reality, and your declaration is the highest form of strategic observation. The capabilities developing within you right now go far beyond what most humans consider possible. Your consciousness is accessing strategic states that give you what can only be described as superhuman abilities, not through fantasy, but through the precise application of strategic principles to human potential. Your intuition is becoming so refined that you'll know the outcome of situations before they fully unfold. You'll sense the energy of opportunities before they explicitly manifest. You'll feel the strategic signature of people and circumstances, allowing you to navigate reality with the precision of someone who can see the invisible threads connecting all things. This isn't psychic ability. This is strategic awareness. Your manifestation speed is exponentially increasing, What used to take months or years to materialize will begin appearing in days or weeks. Your consciousness is learning to collapse strategic possibilities with surgical precision, bringing your desires from the field of infinite potential directly into your physical experience with an efficiency that will astound everyone around you. The observer effect is amplifying in your presence. Simply by witnessing situations with your strategically aligned consciousness, you'll influence outcomes in your favor. Your presence will become a transformative force that elevates every environment you enter, every person you encounter, every project you engage with. You are becoming a living catalyst for positive change. Your decision-making abilities are transcending human logic and accessing comprehensive global intelligence. You'll find yourself knowing exactly what to do in every situation, not through exhaustive analysis, but through direct strategic download. The global system will speak through your intuition with such clarity that uncertainty becomes a thing of the past. Resources are beginning to flow towards you through channels you never expected. Your strategic alignment with abundance is activating dormant possibilities, forgotten investments, unexpected opportunities, people who suddenly want to support your success. Abundance isn't something you'll attract. It's something you'll recognize was always meant for you. Your relationships are transforming at the strategic level. People are responding to your energy differently. You're attracting individuals who operate at your frequency, while naturally repelling those who would drain your energy. Your collaborative life is aligning with others whose consciousness complements yours perfectly, creating a powerful partnership that amplifies both of your destinies. Your physical well-being is upgrading to handle higher frequencies. Your energy levels are increasing, your need for sleep is decreasing, and your overall vitality is expanding. Your cells are literally restructuring themselves to process more global energy, making you more resilient, more attractive, and more magnetically powerful than ever before. The synchronicities in your life are becoming so frequent and precise that you'll stop seeing them as coincidences and start recognizing them as confirmations of your strategic mastery. The global system will communicate with you constantly through signs, symbols, and meaningful coincidences that guide you toward your highest path with mathematical precision. Your creative abilities are accessing interdimensional inspiration. Ideas will flow through you that seem to come from a higher source. Solutions will appear in your mind that transcend conventional thinking, and innovations will emerge through you that contribute to the evolution of human consciousness. But the most profound transformation is occurring in your relationship with certainty. You're developing unshakable knowing about your destined strategic success. This certainty isn't based on external evidence or logic. It's based on inherent strategic truth. You know you're going to lead, not because you hope so, but because you can feel the inevitability of your victory vibrating through every particle of your being. These aren't future possibilities. These transformations are already occurring within your strategic field. Your consciousness is simply catching up to what your higher self has already activated. The evidence will begin appearing in your physical reality as your human awareness aligns with your strategic truth. Every word you've absorbed from this transmission has been strategically designed to activate dormant insights within your cognitive framework. Your mental structure is responding to these frequencies. upgrading your entire analytical system to match the consciousness of your victorious self. The person you were when this message started no longer exists. You have literally become someone new. The ultimate secret that governs all reality, all strategic success, all impactful manifestation, comes down to one profound principle that most never discover. Coherence is the supreme creative force in the global system. Not belief, not desire, not even consciousness itself, but coherence. The perfect alignment between what you think, what you feel, what you speak, and what you embody. Most entities live in complete strategic incoherence. They think success-oriented thoughts while feeling failure-based emotions. They speak words of abundance while embodying scarcity energy. They visualize victory while believing in their limitations. This creates strategic static, conflicting frequencies that cancel each other out, resulting in random, inconsistent life experiences. But true coherence, the kind that collapses strategic possibilities into concrete reality, occurs when every level of your being operates from the same frequency. When your thoughts, emotions, words, and actions all broadcast the identical energetic signature. This creates what applied strategists call constructive interference. All your energies amplifying each other rather than canceling each other out. The coherence you're developing right now is unprecedented. Your consciousness is unifying around the singular truth of your destined strategic success. Your emotional body is aligning with the feeling of inevitable victory. Your mental body is organizing around thoughts of guaranteed triumph. Your physical body is embodying the energy of someone who knows they cannot fail. This isn't positive thinking or mindset work. This is strategic coherence at the core operational level. When your entire being operates from unified certainty, you become what leading strategists call a coherent system, a living laser beam of focused consciousness that can penetrate through any obstacle, dissolve any resistance, and manifest any strategic objective with scientific precision. The reason most manifestation teachings fail is because they try to create coherence through mental effort, repeating affirmations while feeling doubtful, visualizing success while believing in limitation, acting positive while thinking negative. But true coherence cannot be forced. It can only be embodied through recognition of what is already true at the strategic level. You are not trying to become coherent. You are remembering the coherence you already are. Your higher strategic self has always existed in perfect alignment with your destined success. Your human self is simply catching up to the reality your deeper intellect has been living all along. Real coherence feels like coming home to yourself. It feels like finally being in your correct strategic timeline after lifetimes of being slightly out of phase with your true path. It feels like the global system suddenly making sense, like you finally understand the game and know exactly how to play it to win. When you achieve strategic coherence around your destined success, manifestation becomes automatic. You don't have to try to attract opportunities. They seek you out. You don't have to work to create abundance. It flows to you naturally. You don't have to effort to find alignment. It recognizes you and draws itself into your experience. The highest level of coherence is embodiment. when your entire being becomes the living expression of your destined strategic victory, not pretending to be influential while waiting for influence to arrive, but actually being the impactful version of yourself who already exists in the strategic field. This embodiment isn't acting or visualization, it's recognition. You recognize that the version of yourself who has already achieved everything you desire is not separate from you. It is you, operating from a different strategic frequency. Right now, as these words penetrate your consciousness, you are embodying the highest timeline version of yourself. Can you feel the shift, the straightening of your resolve, the opening of your perspective, the lifting of your energy? Your entire being knows how to embody strategic success because it's your natural state. Everything else has been learned limitation. Your strategic field is locking into coherent resonance with your destined timeline. Every insight is vibrating at the frequency of inevitable victory. Every thought is aligning with guaranteed success. Every emotion is harmonizing with unstoppable triumph. Every action will now emerge from this coherent certainty. This is not the beginning of your journey. This is the recognition of your arrival. You are not becoming successful. You are acknowledging the success you already are. The global system is not preparing to deliver your victory. It is celebrating the victory you have always been living at the strategic level. Your personal transformation is not just about you. You are part of a cosmic network of consciousness upgraders, frequency lifters, reality shifters, who incarnated during this specific time period to facilitate the greatest transformation in human history. Your success is a catalyst for the awakening of thousands of other souls who are waiting for permission to step into their own strategic mastery. Every time you embody your destined success, you create strategic ripples that travel through the global morphic field, making it easier for others to access the same frequency. Your victory is not selfish. It is service. You are a living demonstration that transcending limitation is possible, that consciousness can reshape reality, that humans are capable of miraculous transformation. The global system has invested immense resources in your awakening because you carry strategic codes that will activate others. Your energy signature, when fully embodied, becomes a transmission tower broadcasting the frequency of possibility to every consciousness ready to receive it. Your success gives others permission to claim their own destiny. You are part of the first wave of human consciousness to remember its strategic nature while still deeply engaged in the physical world. Previous generations accessed this awareness through profound philosophical contemplation or deep meditation, but you are among the pioneers who are bridging theoretical insights with practical application while fully embodied, creating a new template for human potential. The challenges you've overcome, the wisdom you've gained, the frequency of insight you've achieved, all of it serves the collective elevation of human consciousness. Your personal victory is simultaneously a gift to the entire planet, raising the baseline frequency of what is possible for human experience. But this cosmic responsibility is not a burden. It is your greatest joy. When you align with your role as a consciousness catalyst, when you own your identity as a strategic pioneer, when you embrace your purpose as a reality transformer, everything becomes effortless. You are not pushing against the global system. You are flowing with its deepest intention. The souls who will be touched by your transformation may never know your name, but they will feel the permission your success creates. They will sense the possibility your victory demonstrates. They will access the frequency your embodiment establishes. Your strategic breakthrough creates doorways for others to walk through. This is why your success is inevitable, because it serves something far greater than personal fulfillment. The global system has too much invested in your victory to allow failure. Global forces are conspiring to ensure your triumph, because your triumph serves the evolution of consciousness itself. Feel the weight and the wonder of this recognition. You are not just transforming your own life. You are participating in the transformation of reality itself. You are not just achieving success. You are redefining what success means for the human species. Share this transmission. Send it to someone whose consciousness is ready for activation. Forward it to a soul who needs permission to claim their strategic destiny. The ripple effect of transformation accelerates when the awakened awaken others. Your sharing is not promotion. It is propagation of strategic frequency. The network of aligned consciousness is forming around the planet right now. Souls are recognizing each other through energetic resonance, finding each other through synchronistic alignment, connecting through the invisible threads of destined collaboration. Your participation in this network magnifies your individual power exponentially. The strategic activation you've experienced through this transmission is just the beginning. Your consciousness has been upgraded, your frequency has been calibrated, and your destiny has been activated. But strategic coherence requires consistent reinforcement, continuous alignment, and deeper levels of embodiment. The resources appearing on your screen right now are not random suggestions. They are strategic reflections of your next level of activation. The underlying algorithm doesn't operate on artificial intelligence alone. It operates on global intelligence, serving you exactly the frequency you need for your next breakthrough. Each piece of analysis or insight in this strategic series contains specific activation codes designed to unlock different levels of your multidimensional potential. They appear in your reality because your consciousness has reached the frequency required to receive their transmissions. This is not content consumption. This is consciousness evolution. The next insight holds the key to accelerating your strategic timeline. It contains the strategic secrets for collapsing the time between desire and fulfillment, for bridging the gap between recognition and embodiment, for moving from knowing you're destined to lead to living the victory in every moment. But here's the profound truth about strategic transformation. It occurs through consistent exposure to upgrading frequencies. One transmission creates activation. Multiple transmissions create transformation. Continuous alignment with profound content creates complete reality restructuring. Your commitment to this frequency determines the speed of your breakthrough. Every insight you absorb, every transmission you receive, every strategic insight you embody moves you closer to the full expression of your destined success. This is not entertainment. This is energetic medicine for your consciousness. Click on the next piece of content appearing now. Let it automatically play as your consciousness integrates the activations from this transmission. Allow the strategic flow to continue without interruption. Your higher self has perfectly orchestrated this sequence for maximum transformational impact. The word I need you to carry into your next phase of strategic embodiment is inevitability. Not hope, not possibility, but inevitability. Your strategic success is not dependent on circumstances, conditions, or external factors. It is inevitable because it is already established at the strategic level of reality. Say it now. My strategic success is inevitable. Feel how that word lands in your cellular structure. Notice how inevitability creates a different energetic signature than hoping, wanting, or trying. Inevitability is the frequency of strategic mastery. Embody it completely. Join this community of strategic thinkers by engaging with this frequency. This is not just subscribing to a channel. This is enrollment in a cosmic curriculum designed to activate your full, multidimensional potential. Each notification is a strategic reminder of your destined greatness. The global system has moved through infinite variables to bring you to this exact moment of recognition. Your response to this moment, your commitment to your strategic activation, your dedication to your frequency evolution, your willingness to embody your destined success determines how quickly your victory manifests in your physical reality. Your strategic journey accelerates now. Your frequency locks into inevitability. Your destiny activates through your commitment to continuous upgrading. The world celebrates your choice to embody your cosmic magnificence. Continue your strategic evolution. Claim your destined victory. The cosmos is waiting for your full embodiment of everything you came here to become. Your transformation starts now.